I bought a 30 ringgit mic. I still remember my first video took me 4 days. It's just like that lah. No matter how good you do, someone will complain. Right? Along the way, I sold my car to actually reduce the family expenses so that I can continue with this.
Hey, welcome to another episode of In the Spotlight. In the Spotlight is a platform that I've created where I can talk to my friends, learn from them, and at the same time, I share their knowledge to you guys on the internet. Today, we have Peter from Mr. Money TV. Have you guys heard of Mr. Money TV?
I came across this little meme the other day.
100,000? Banyaknya duit tu. Nampak macam besar kan 100,000?
This is said to be the most evil financial tool created. Hi guys. Thank you very much, Ray, for inviting me.
Woo, thank you very much for coming. Okay, let's get started. Peter, maybe you can tell our audience, how did we meet?
Oh, I recall the first time we meet. We met in Dato' Joey Up's dinner, if I can recall.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, he invited us to a dinner and that's where we met each other. I still remember, this guy wears a batik to dinner. I was thinking, what Dato' is this? So I thought like Dato' Ray or something like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, I still remember.
Yeah, but you are as wealthy as a Dato' lah.
No.
Just not the Dato' name yet. Yeah.
So what was the first impression was like the Dato' thing lah.
I mean the way you dressed was very Dato', but the next thing is that you're very humble. Yeah, you're very friendly. Yeah, for someone who has achieved what you have achieved. I mean, most of the time we have seen people a bit more win lah, But you just stay who you are. In fact, very humble, very friendly, very nice, and I think time to time after that we kept in touch a lot. And a lot of times when I needed help, also I'll check in with you. Yeah, especially asking about like decorations and office settings and stuff like that. So I asked you, hey, how And you were very kind and, in my opinion, you always give this thing where like you're someone that people can ask for help from. Yeah, and you're always willing to extend your hand. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, we have known each other for quite some time already,
I think.
Yeah, since that dinner. That dinner was like kind of during the soft opening of pandemic. Do you still remember?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I also just got into the content creation business not too long during that time, right? I recall it was probably about a year plus.
Yeah. The time you were very new. Yeah, but you actually rise quite quickly.
Thanks to
especially the pandemic.
Yeah, I think it's thanks to right time, right timing, and the right people, and some right decisions we made lah. Yeah, so and I can't say that it is because of we are good or anything, but I'm very certain that it is the right timing.
Yeah. Timing is so important.
Yeah.
So can you tell us what do you do in your content creation, and what is the niche?
Right. So I personally created a YouTube channel called Mr. Money TV, and in that YouTube channel we talk a lot about personal finance. We talk a lot about economics, policies, and things like that, because I believe that at the end of the day, for people to actually make more money, it's not just about understanding how to calculate dollar and cents, but also to be able to observe opportunities and trends and catch it, right? And to do that, you need to have a good understanding of policies, of trends, of economics, and the right news and how to interpret it. So that's how our channel is based on. Along the way, today we don't just have one channel, we have multiple channels. So we have evolved ourselves to be a media business with the FAQShow. That's another one of our channel. Now we have a podcast with Ong Kian Ming, a ex-deputy minister and ex-member of parliament. And then we have the Coffee Break, which is a newsletter. And soon we'll be launching a few more channels. So the whole idea is to build a media group with multiple channels that targets the similar demographic, but more in their niches. So like in a way, it's usually urban educated and people who are interested in content that enriches them. Yeah.
When you started, have you ever envisioned that you can actually branch out to so many things today? Because I remember when you started, it was something very, very simple. Maybe you can tell us your start, like maybe your first few videos, how was it like?
So to bring me back all the way there, I recall it was 2019. So I did not start the YouTube channel with an intention of being an influencer. Yeah, so actually until today, I'm still not very super comfortable with the idea of me being an influencer, or people say that like, hey, you're very famous, you know, and stuff like that. Because that's not the intention. The original intention of starting it is I wanted to build a financial product. Because I came from a wealth planning background. So I used to sell insurance, unit trust, advise people on their personal finance, right? And that's what I did. I wanted to build a product, but I realized that I'm not good in coding. In fact, I don't know how to code. I tried to learn how to code, but it just didn't happen. Yeah, and I also had a kid during that time. So you know how hard is it, right? You have to pick up new skill with kid, and then you need like make money some more, need to make a living.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, the kids are there.
The kids are there.
So that was how it was. So I thought to myself during the time, since it's hard for me to pick up a new skill set, and I think my skill set is actually in marketing and sales. Yeah, I'm good at talking. At least I can make a sale over the years. So I thought for every business, you can spend a lot of money building a product, but you will after that have to spend a lot of money marketing it. But what if I'm good at marketing, let's just do marketing first. Since I got nothing to sell, I can just build a channel and see if there's any people who are willing to work with me as a marketing function. If that works, then maybe one day I can build my product. That was the idea. So I started off just taking out a handphone, recording. I still remember I bought a 30 ringgit mic. Hi, I'm Mr. Money. Today I want to share with you how you can start investing with just 1,000 ringgit. Then put up a tripod, record, and so many retakes, right? You know how the first video was like, right? I'm not built on the first video, 4 minutes. But actually, it takes you like half a day or 1 day, right? I still remember my first video took me 4 days.
Whoa.
4 days, yeah. Because every time I relocate, I cannot tahan myself. And then I need to learn how to edit. Every time you keep Googling, YouTube, check YouTube, right, how to do certain functions, right?
How to do this transition, you know.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy. After about half a year, my co-founder came on board. He was like, hey, I like your content. That time I still remember there was like less than 1,000 subscribers, maybe about 300, 400, 500. Then he just came along. He said, hey, I saw one of your video. He used to work with my boss at that time. He was an intern, he just graduated. He said, I like your content, but I think your editing is lousy. So and I think I'm quite good in editing, so why not let me come on board and help you with videography and editing. I was like, yeah, sure man, just come. And without pay, he just did that with me for a couple of months. And I told him like, hey, you know, it's difficult to start this whole thing alone. Why not we start this together and make this our business? So I told him my vision, what I believe the company will be. And I recall that point when I was pitching him the idea, Stash Away called us. Send us an email and say, hey, would you like to work with us? We saw a channel. And so I just looked at him and said, see? Then he was like, whoa.
They email you?
Yeah, they email us.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, then I told him this one thing, I got no money to pay you a salary, so why not you go and work first for 6 months, gather enough money, come in and do it together. So it's like, sure man, I think that sounds good to me. So he went out and work, and he would go and work in the morning. By 6 o'clock, he would come to the office and we'll work until like 4 o'clock in the morning. Then he'll go back and work. Then I would come back to the office as well at 8 o'clock. Work until I wait for him to come. And then
wow, that is next level discipline.
It lasted for about a year.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
close.
because I can assure you, usually if we go back to work and we have that income already, it's so comfortable, we may not, just think of going back to business or content
Yeah.
creation, because it can be such a burnout,
Yes,
and
yes,
especially
yeah.
if we have family and all those. Oh, I cannot imagine.
So I remember those days was like that lah. It wasn't easy. Did I think that it will work? I think to start any channel, to start anything on your own,
Yeah.
you have to be crazy enough to believe it.
Yes.
But in your heart, you know you're crazy also. Yeah. But you just tell yourself that you have to be crazy enough to believe it.
Yes.
And you just have to keep doing it. Yeah. So there's this crazy optimism. Do I actually at the point envision I'll be like that? Not exactly, but with good faith, I know that it can grow into something. Yeah. But what is it? I did not know. Yeah. And the picture that I have today of where the company is at is similar to what I want it to be, but maybe not exactly how. Yeah, the how sometimes is along the way you figure out and you find your way lah. Yeah, so that's where we are. And to answer the question of whether did I see it, not exactly, but kind of. Yeah.
Wow. So in the beginning, there must have been quite a lot of struggles as well, because you will need an income also.
That's right.
So
yeah.
content creation, from our experience, in the beginning, is like really, really tough to monetize.
Yeah.
So how did you go through all these tough times? Especially during the pandemic, where we all somehow also need money. Yeah.
So for me, I think I had it easier. I think your time would be even tougher. Yeah, although the reach out, the growth was faster during your days, but it wasn't that normal to have sponsorship and everything, right? Yeah,
True.
you're the OG in this field, man.
Last time no such thing as sponsorship. I mean, we didn't even have YouTuber that term.
It was just an entertainment. Today,
Yeah.
YouTube is like a
It's a
professional
business,
entertainment,
right?
Yeah, during your day, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? Oh, you record stuff from your college and you put on YouTube. That's all. Yeah, those days is not as proper as today.
Yeah.
Today
So
is like media.
I think I had it a bit easier. Personally wise, it's not easy because my job was already paying me quite well. I had to put it on the back seat, and obviously it led me into quite some financial debts. Yeah, and that was the tough part. To have to work it out with my wife, to sit down and really calculate our finance. Along the way, I sold my car. Yeah, I used to drive a BMW and I sold it.
Wow.
to actually reduce the family expenses so that I can continue with this. Those are tough times. I think one of the toughest is also the fact that, like, when my kid is born, I was at the early days of starting this business, 2019. I posted my first video the day my son was born. Yeah, he was up there. We went to government hospital because we got no money, because I was in debt. Yeah. Then I still remember I was downstairs in the cafe there. I was uploading the first video, and I think the internet wasn't fast enough from my phone, so I couldn't upload it. And then I had to upload it the next day. Yeah, so it was just 1 day difference for my first video and the day my son was born.
Wow,
Subsequently,
son was born.
Yeah.
Subsequently,
it was a lot of days where I don't get to see my kid because I work a lot. Like I say, until about early in the morning, like work until 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Then after that, during COVID time, I sleep in the office. I don't go home.
Oh.
Yeah, my wife really had to pick up quite a lot. My mom had to help out a bit. Her family also helped out, right? But that was how it was. I had to really hustle and really make it happen. And in the early days, the challenges were that when you tell people what you believe your company can be, when you tell people that, like, oh, I think that people will buy financial products, or banks will want KOLs to help them market their product. In those days, there's no such thing yet, right? So most people think that you are just saying, talking, and then people like, if they're nice, they will listen. If they're not, they will shoot you down, right? It came to a point that when I was pitching, at first I wanted to find investors also, because no money, man. Thinking like, at least got something. Who believe you? After pitch few months, I don't even bother pitching anymore. We'll just do my work. Definitely that is not easier. Then along the way, learning, hiring, burning money in hiring. A lot of skill sets to learn if you are thinking about building this not just as a lifestyle thing, as a content creator, but also as a business. So there's quite a lot to learn from there.
Yeah, it's really, really my my kid. You started and you came up with this name, Mr. Money TV.
Yes.
So was there another name before? I mean, because this is so creative where you can come up with Mr. Money TV.
Actually, the reason I came up with the name Mr. Money is because I'm not creative. I was trying to think about like what names for the channel, and I'm just not a very creative person. So in the end, I thought like, okay, let's say I'm gonna talk about money. Money is gonna be the keyword. Keyword search.
Keyword search, Mr. Money.
SEO, all those also, it's gonna be money, right?
Yes.
So might as well I just put Mr. Money lah. And since I don't really want to be an influencer, so I'm not gonna use Peter Yong. I'm just gonna call it Mr. Money TV, so that it's more relevant in the sense where like it is kind of like there's a person, but it is also actually a channel. So it is established itself as not as like me, it's not about me alone, but it's about a channel. So that was the initial idea, and that's how I came up with the name.
Wow, so it's kind of like a blessing also lah, because since you're not that creative, you wouldn't have thought of all these bombastic word like some finance, something, so so Mr. Money is like something everyone can relate.
That's right.
So we are like, when we talk about money, Mr. Money.
That's right. Because there's one part where I'm a very practical person, sales guy actually. So I learned one thing along the years that it's very important to associate, right? That's why brands always have a certain brand identity. Like you think about red color, you think about Coca-Cola. If you think about banks who are red, you think about what? CIMB, right? You think about yellow, you think about Maybank. So I think giving some things for people to associate to becomes a very, very important. Like you look at Tiger, you think about Maybank. Right? You look at Camel, you used to think about M-Bank, right? And so I want it to be in such a way where when you think about money, when you pay money, that time no e-wallet yet.
Exactly.
So whenever you pay money, it's cash. So I wanted it in such a way where there is something that at the moment they use, they can straight away associate us. So I thought money is probably the best way, right? So let's just go for Mr. Money. And actually, there's already other Mr. Money. India got Mr. Money.
But exactly, because the word money is so common,
it's just that they didn't continue on. They didn't continue on. So then we became more prominent. But I think the India one actually continued after that. But his content is in Tamil, right?
Then it's very different.
It's very different already. And so we kind of we took ownership of the brand in Malaysia itself, and we are like the Mr. Money.
The Mr. Money.
And I think at this point, because we are considered quite okay in the Malaysia space, I don't think there are other countries people who are using this name. And so we're okay with that.
That's good. So since you are doing things about finance related, so it will be very factual.
Yes.
Okay. So things that are very factual sometimes can be very sensitive also.
Yes. And very boring also.
And very boring. So it is not easy. That would be, I would say, one of the challenges also. And because it's factual, people also can attack. So it allows people to find another fact to attack. So how do you overcome things like that?
I think firstly is that you try your very best to do as much research as you can before you create a content, but you can't help that sometimes you still get certain things wrong. But that's at most as that we can do lah. But the good thing about personal finance and finance is that most of the information is not hard to get.
Yeah.
And it's generally once you understand the basic logic, it's not that easy to go wrong lah. The only thing is that sometimes when you hire people to come in and help you create content, like managers our other posts and everything, sometimes they may get it wrong. Yeah, because they are not familiar with it. But it takes years to actually be good at it. So I'm just very fortunate that I was already a financial planner. So I'm just using that same skill set. So then in terms of people challenging us or anything, I think in a way, the day that I decided to put up my first video, I already knew that there will be haters. There will be people who will come to you and say like, oh, you suck. I mean, you're long enough to people will comment about everything.
People will comment about everything.
Like, I'm pretty sure that some people will just say, oh, you're all barefooted right now. So ugly like your foot, right? Or either they will say like, you all should dress better, you know? Or why your color like that? Hi, whatever comment should come on. So I already told myself that the day I put my first video up, this all comment will come. You have to learn to just don't read and don't bother. Or read already, act like you never see.
Yeah.
Just don't bother. So do you fight back? Don't bother also.
No, don't bother.
I had once where I uploaded a video where the sound had an issue. The person write a long comment just to bombard me. I'm like, okay, it's okay.
It's okay. I learned.
Because ultimately, it's just like that lah. No matter how good you do, someone will complain, right? So just learn to accept it. Just learn to move on and be the best that you can be.
Because the type of haters that you get and the type of haters that I get are very, very different. My haters will be like the kids on the keyboard. You're suck, your fingering is wrong, and other things. But then yours would be like more, more advanced, more of the atas.
Not advanced lah. They were just. The same thing like keyboard warrior lah. Same thing one.
Different age, they may be more mature already, so it can be a bit harder to like. Mine will be like, hey, sorry, still boy.
They will say funny stuff. But like I give you an example, right? The other day I did a video. I tried two same content talking about the state of education in Malaysia versus Singapore.
Well, that will be quite sensitive.
So the state of education in Malaysia, why Singapore is better and Malaysia is not as good, right? One in Bahasa, one in English.
Okay.
When the video goes out, right, the one in English gets a lot of haters from people who are speaking in Bahasa. The one that is in Bahasa, they all love it. The content is the same, it's just different language. The one that is English, they thought that I'm a Singaporean. So they wrote there like, oh, you Singaporean lah, blah 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 lah. Then the one that I speak in Bahasa, betul tu, the government, like, oh yeah, we have to focus more. So my point is that it doesn't make sense lah. Just leave it lah. Just do what you do. Just you be you.
You be you.
You be
that is really not easy to achieve also. I mean, to become you, because sometimes we tend to try to please the majority of the people to not get attacked.
I will. I think that's very hard.
That's very hard.
I need to be someone else, and I'm not very good in lying actually. It's not that I'm a very honest man. It's just I'm not good in lying. Since I don't know how to lie, then might as well I just be myself.
Yeah, that's good.
Then you'll never get caught. So it's not that I'm very honest. It's just I'm just not good at lying. So just be myself. If I try to please you just by lying and eventually I cannot do it. I'll burn out. I'll be very tired.
Yeah, very tired.
So for what? Might as well I just do my thing and I just live through it.
Can you tell our audience what are the three advice that you have in case, or if they want to be someone like you, like a content creator?
Like you. like us.
Like us.
I think it depends. I think that you have to first understand that being a content creator and being a businessman are two very, very different things also.
Business.
Yeah, so I see myself more as a businessman who happen to create content. Yeah, that's how I see it. Firstly, when it comes to content creation, you need to understand that you are a voice. Like, people watch you because they hear your voice and they want to know whether this voice identify me or not. So you gotta find that voice first. So when you say voice, what is that voice? It's that opinion, right? What is your opinion on things? Because mine is a talking head. It's not music. It's not creative art, that kind of things, right? It's not like Mr. Beast kind when do something exciting.
Yeah.
But even with Mr. Beast also, you need to find a voice. And his voice is, I'm willing to throw extravagant things and help
And
people.
do the boom
right?
boom.
Yeah, that kind of thing. So what's your voice? That's the first thing that you have to ask yourself.
Voice.
Once you identify a voice, all you need to do is just crafting it and making it better. It's just like Mark, right? You picked up piano, and the first day when you say, I'm going to learn piano, did you play fantastically?
No.
Right? You practice every day, right? And I think that's one thing that some content creators who did not make it, they think that people like Mark, people like me, people like whoever who are creating content, we were born to create content. That's not true. That's not true. Look at our first video, look at today.
Yes, look at our first video.
Yeah. And don't forget, look at the days that we before even created video.
Exactly.
Which is many years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been explaining financial concepts to people for 10
Even
years.
before the camera.
Yeah, before there was a camera. And that's why I'm good at it.
Yeah.
So these are practice. Like, do you intentionally cut off the
Yeah.
the first day we record? Right? Yeah. And then until today also, I still got, and I look at some other people who are way better than me, they smooth, clear sentence, right? So you just have to remember you have to continue learning.
Yeah.
And then just keep doing what you're doing. And finally is that remember to not give up. Because ultimately, I think today YouTube is very smart. It's not like our days.
Yeah.
YouTube is very smart. They will help you to find the right audience. But you need to be very consistent in being yourself and being your voice. Because if today you do A, tomorrow you do B, third day you do C, it's very hard for people to, very hard for the system itself to identify who you are and promote it to the right people.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's my 3 advice.
Wow, that was so good. Hey guys, so I hope you find this conversation extremely valuable, and please do remember to subscribe to both of us.
Yeah. So subscribe to Ray Mark.
Yeah, and Mr. Money TV.
See you guys.
See you.